Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about goals and a year at a glance of what happened to me in 2024. There might be a little bit of drama. So every year I always talk about my goals. I've been doing this for 2 years now, so this will be year number 3. As you know, I did have a podcast, and so that is where I would talk about my goals for the year. And of course, the podcast is no more, so I decided I would, of course, continue this in my or on my YouTube channel, of course, because it's such a good precedent to, take a notebook, write down your goals, and just kind of have like a little framework of what we want to accomplish in 2025. As a business owner of my little, Charmed by Ashley, I have a pattern shop. Of course you have to have goals and you have to have, things that are going to happen. But if you don't have a business and you're just learning, you can also create those goals. Like maybe you really want to learn how to make a garment this year, or maybe you really want to learn how to make some bags this year. Then you can kind of create a path to accomplish that. So let's just talk about what I did in 2024. 2024 was not the greatest year. If you're following me on my Instagram, I posted sort of a cryptic, video of it wasn't really that good. And I just want to be honest and say that sometimes years aren't great, but we're still going to push forward and be optimistic for the future. 2025 is a new start, a new beginning, and we're going to try again, right? We're going to see what happens. So the first part of the year was going well. Podcast was going well. And then we were planning a trip to go down to Florida, me, Bethany, and Diana. And I'm super excited. We're going to go in April. That was my first time traveling and flying alone, so it was great to be independent for once and be my own person. As a person who lives in Canada, it's we do travel, but we tend to stay close to home because we have such a large country that people don't really move away. Like my entire family lives here still. Like no one's leaving because there's not really anything to go to in other parts of the country, because the opportunities are really here in Southern Ontario. Unless you're going to go to like British Columbia and Vancouver, which nobody's going to here, at least. It's just here. So you grow up not really traveling unless your parents were like super travelers and they wanted to go on vacations all the time. You kind of just stayed home. Right? And that was kind of my upbringing. We went on one family vacation and it was a road trip. So, I kind of grew up in this little bubble, but it was really nice to finally be independent and do something for myself. And it was my 40th birthday year. So of course, this is what I wanted to sort of gift myself. And it was wonderful. Had an absolute blast with my girls, and I will remember it for years to come. After that trip, I did have some time to reflect, and I felt that I needed a break from the podcast. And when I was forthcoming about that, it was not met with open arms, and I'm afraid that the friendships dissolved due to that. I did not think that would happen, but that is what happened. And then my father got into a horrible motorcycle accident, and that rocked my world, and I almost lost him. So thankfully, he is a strong man, and he was able to pull through, and I'm so glad to this day that is how that went, because it was really a scary time. And as a person who really didn't have a lot of stuff happen to her in her lifetime, that was very traumatic, and I'm still dealing with that whole whoa, you know what I mean? So after that, I now was friendless. My father just got hurt. It was a very upsetting time of my life, and but I knew that this was the right decision and the right direction of my life. So we're pushing forward, we're moving forward. The friends that I have in my life assured me that it was the right trajectory for me. So, I still value my friends that I do have and the ones that stuck by me and encouraged me. And I really appreciate their support during those times. Like when it comes to your family and traumatic injuries like that, you really rely on your family and your friends to lean on. And when you don't have the friends to lean on, then it's like you're alone in the world kind of thing. So I'm really thankful for the friends that I do have and that have still stuck by me and love me. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. So let's talk about 2025 and what is on the docket. I only have like 3 things on the table right now. I don't want to stretch myself too thin. So we are only doing 3 things, but we're going to do those 3 things well. And that's another thing that I want to encourage you, that if you're going to do something, don't put a lot, just do a little bit really, really well, So I'm still going to be creating patterns for Copper Creek, that's garments. I'm still going to be doing bag making for Ellie and Mac, and that's bags. And then I am developing my own online school to teach people how to bag make. Yay, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. So of course I was developing it all last year. Like I started in October, and I really thought that I was going to get out in 2024, but I ended up getting pneumonia in November, and so that lasted about a month. My daughter was sick as well, so I just figured, you know what, I'm just going to take the rest of the year off, and we'll just jump right back in 2025. And the great thing about that is that now it's hobby month. January is hobby month, and I think that's the perfect year to be able to launch this new platform with my very first course, the Bag Making Basics course, where we're going to take it down, slow it down, learn everything step by step, and really get to know the ins and outs of bag making and zipper installation. So we're really going to focus on that. We're going to learn 4 different types of zipper installations, 4 different styles of bags, and then how to kind of interchange and match and mix and all the things with those bags so that you can really do anything you want, and also develop your own patterns for those bags, which is really exciting to be able to not have to go and buy a sewing pattern for these, and you just have that basic knowledge. And then maybe you can take that knowledge and develop your own custom bags. So that's my goal, is to really just take it down, back down to the roots of sewing, and really learn step by step how to begin a bag making journey. And then after that, it's going to expand, and we're of course going to learn more bag making techniques and styles and patterns and all the things. I'm super excited, and I hope that if you're interested, you will stick around and subscribe if you haven't already. So of course, I will still be engaging with my sewing community over on Instagram and TikTok. I do have a partnership with Janome that I got last year, and I have 2 projects coming out in the next couple months, which I'm super excited about. So I do have that still on the table. They gifted me the beautiful MC6700 and my Pro 40X serger. So you'll see these in my videos. So I'm really thankful for Janome, and you'll still be seeing lots of Janome content because I love Janome and I am obsessed with their machines. They are a really well-made sewing brand that's here in Canada, but also in the United States. So I hope that you enjoyed this video a little bit. I hope that you got some clarification. I'm not looking for any sympathy or pity on my 2024 at a glance. There's going to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows. It's just how life works. And if we aren't learning, we aren't growing. And I am a stronger person, a better person, because of the trials and tribulations that I experience. I'll never say woe is me. I'm always optimistic and looking forward for the future. And I hope that if you found yourself not having the best 2024, that we're going to start out fresh, a new 2025, and, learn some more sewing, because sewing brings me happiness and joy, and it can be a meditation. So if you need to relieve yourself of stress, as long as you're doing it in a very calm way. I know that sewing can be stressful for people who are, they're very worried that they're going to mess up. But if you just go through the process of sewing in a way that, you're going to make mistakes. It's not as stressful. I still make mistakes. It happens all the time. I can't escape it. But that's just the joy of sewing, you know what I mean? You just got to be like, okay, I learned something, and now the next time I make this, it's going to be better, and I am probably still going to make mistakes, but every time I make it, I'll make it a little bit better with less mistakes. So don't hesitate to leave your goals in the comment section below. So I'm going to hop off here, and I hope that you have a wonderful 2025. Leave your, your goals in the comment section below. Let's see what everyone's goals are for this year, and it doesn't have to be sewing. It can be anything. My goal is to have a little bit more financial freedom as well. We'll see what happens with that. You don't know how the year is going to go, but that's what I'm hoping. I'm manifesting that I'm going to make more money. I don't know. Anyways, I hope that you get everything that you asked for this 2025. And if you have any New Year's resolutions, good luck. I don't have any this year, because I am just going to, I don't want to stress myself out, basically. I don't want to have too high of expectations and then come crumbling to the ground. Does that make any sense? I just have my 3 goals, and I'm going to stick to those. And if I don't do great, that's okay. I'm human. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.